Hello champions, so you want to learn how to play Annie in 5 minutes or less. Well, who wouldn't want to learn Annie? She's just the most cutest, little innocent kid who's going to destroy your enemies in seconds. That was terrifying. Anyways, Annie is a mage and support who deals magical damage and is mostly played in the mid lane, but sometimes as a support. For this guide, we'll be going through Annie from a mid perspective because I just can suck at playing support. Before we begin, my name is Teeds and I make a bunch of Wild Rift guides and gameplays. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe and click the bell, leave a like, it really helps me out. For Annie's passive, she gains a stun after casting 4 abilities. So basically the next ability after your 4th one will stun your target, but obviously you have to hit that ability to stun them. Good to note that you don't have to hit your abilities to stack this though, so thank God for that. You just have to cast them 4 times and you can conveniently keep track of that under Annie's health bar. When it turns purple, your stun is ready to go. Annie's 1 is basically a fireball straight from hell that fires in a line. This ability explodes in a small area dealing magical damage, and if you kill an enemy with this ability, it will refund the mana cost and half the cooldown, so it's almost like you never used it. This also refunds on minions, so you can clear minions of ease, making it a great ability for wave clear. But because of how it works, you'll benefit more if you kill an enemy minion or enemy champion with this ability if you want to save on mana and time. With Annie's 2, her hands turn into flamethrowers and she fires a cone of fire that will deal magical damage to all enemies within it. This ability is pretty medium range, so you'll have to get a little close to hit them. Annie's 3 is a shield, and I guess this is why Epic has labeled her as a support. They're like, hey, let's give her one ability that directly helps allies, so we can call her a support. I'm not hating, I just find it funny and I would totally do the same thing. You can use this shield on yourself or on allies, and it will absorb any damage, but on top of that, it will reflect damage to enemies who attack anyone with this shield. So you basically want to use this on anyone who's in trouble as well. Now, Annie's ultimate is so sick. She summons a huge bear named Tibbers. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right, but you can control Tibbers and you pretty much want to summon him in all your fights most of the time. You really want to engage with Tibbers because he just does so much damage, and you want to make sure you have your stun up for Tibbers as well. Alright, let's move on to the leveling order. For the first 5 levels, we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 4. And then you want to prioritize maximizing your abilities in this order: 4, 1, 2, and 3. Let's jump into her combos. Some quick pointers. Remember that she has a stun after casting 4 abilities. This is super important because it makes a huge difference in your fights. With all your combos, you want to start with your 4 when possible to maximize the damage output of Tibbers, and also have a stun for it as well, so when Tibbers lands on the enemy, Tibbers will stun them easily and keep them in range of Tibbers attacks. And this will stun all the enemies that Tibbers hits as well, so it's really good for team fights. Shield is very situational, use it on anyone who needs it, even Tibbers. So we have 4 and 1, 4, 1, 2, 1 and 2, or 2 and 1. Next, we have Annie's builds. These are just general builds. To keep the video short, I won't go into too many different builds, but this build you can use and you can still demolish your enemies with it. So we have Rod of Aegis, after 5 minutes providing you even more health, mana, and ability power. It's really important to get this first because the earlier you get it, the quicker it will stack. Rabadon's Death Cap, giving you even more magical power. Ionian Boots into Ionian Protobout for some extra mobility and damage. Infinity Orb, giving you even more damage when the enemy champion is lower health. Void Staff for penetration to get through those defenses. Morellonomicon for anti-heal and damage. For runes, we have Electrocute, giving you even more damage, then Brutal for ability power and burst damage, then Regeneration for sustain, keeping you out on the battlefield longer, then Sweet Tooth, increasing your health from eating those fruits in lanes and granting you some gold. For spells, you want Flash for mobility and Ignite for damage and anti-heal. And lastly, some quick tips. You can stack your passive in base by casting 4 abilities. This is great because you won't lose mana for this. You can aim Tibbers on objectives. You can also have Tibbers tank objectives. You can shield yourself if you want to get close, especially with your second ability. You can use your shield on your bear when he's going in because enemies who attack your bear will take damage from attacking Tibbers with a shield. And that is all for Annie in 5 minutes or less. If you have anything to add, feel free to share it down below. I also have an in-depth guide for Annie which I'll leave in the comments. Like the video if you want more guides like this. Let me know on who you want next. Subscribe and click the bell for more videos. It really helps me and motivates me to make more of these, and I really hope they help you out. Thanks for watching, champions. Bye!